Up internet land, this is Zachamus Prime, aka Zachamus Prime, here with the Transformers third party, maybe fourth party is what they're calling it. I don't know. It's not. It's a knockoff Transformer. That's what I'm doing today, and that is going to be the Wei Jiang Wolfman. Wolfman, and this is a knockoff of the Titans Return Wolfwire, which in turn was supposed to be Weird Wolf. And yeah, this is not bad. It's big, and I guess that's the whole point of getting something like this is that it's big. But other than that, it basically looks like Wolfwire. If you got a Wolfwire, then it looks just like him, more or less. Couple little differences, some things in here to fill in some spaces and whatnot. There are additions. He's got this full-on Ratchet syndrome going on, which is a little obnoxious. But this thing's like dirt cheap. I think this thing costs probably about as much as Wolfwire cost when he was brand new, and he's less likely to have this panel snap off. Oh man. So I was hanging out with a buddy of mine one day, and I was like, yeah, all these people are complaining about their Wolfwire has got his back panel breaking, but I'm real lucky. Mine hasn't done that. And I was playing with it, and at that moment I moved to the little back panel and it just snapped off just in my fingers, and I was like, damn. So that's my experience with that. So anyhow, so in terms of accessories, he comes with the same accessories. They're just way bigger. A big old gun here, which you can attach onto one of his shoulders if your heart so desires, via this not 5mm peg system. I shouldn't measure that to see what that is. I'm kind of curious because this whole thing is scaled up proportionately. You know what? I'm going to do that. Hold that thought. Alright, I have returned with my handy dandy calipers. And I measure this to be... it looks like 6 and... I want to say it looks like 6 and 2/10 millimeters. So, yeah. Yeah, one of these days I need to get myself some non-parallax calipers, but this will do in the meantime. So 6 and 2/10 millimeters as opposed to 5mm is what it originally would be. So that's just over a 20% increase in size, which is actually about how much bigger this dude is. You can fit his gun in his hand. He also comes with the sword, which simply enough you can also put on his shoulder, like so, or put in his hand. His little grubby hand. I can hold this like the filthy KO he is. No, really, this actually is made out of good solid plastic. It feels really like premium. Like, this feels like it's made out of better quality materials than in the original Hasbro one, which, if you're familiar with the way Hasbro's been going lately, is not really surprising. But anyhow, that's enough of that. He holds things in his hand. Let's get down to articulation real quick. His head is on the old ball joint-ish. Basically, it's just rotation. There's really no other motion that you can get out of it. His shoulders are on a ball joint. They'll move out that far. A little bit of motion in there from that. Go all the way around. Biceps swivel. Elbow feels lightly detented. You can see this sort of octagonal little function there. Go backwards if you really want it to. So I can be like, broke my arm. Wrists, No real thing there. Waist joint works just a bit, though. Not a whole lot, because you've got this whole thing on the back that doesn't go anywhere. And, yeah. Leg goes forward that much. Backwards, not very much due to the, due to his, little butt plate here. Goes out that much. That's about a 60% Van Dam. Little rotation up here at the knee. Knee bends 90 degrees. You got ye old ball joint here, which works fairly well. Some wow, bend to the toe, up, down. Tiniest bit side to side, not a whole lot of ankle tilt. Some toe workage going on there. And yeah, it's looking all right. And his last accessory, this is also kind of segue into a transformation segment, is his little Headmaster guy. The little Headmaster guy has a complete lack of paint on the inside. One single paint app on the outside, which is basically par with the Hasbro ones. Head is on the most minimal of ball joints. Shoulders are on a fairly minimal ball joint. One thing I will say about the tighter tolerances that the Wei Jiang seems to be keeping is that he can't move his arm all the way up. Before on the little guys that Hasbro makes, you kind of, oh wait, there we go. I just did it. Holy crap, I just did. Oh. You didn't see that. I'm borrowing this from a guy who is undoubtedly watching this video right this moment. It's alright. It's all good, man. It's all perfect. It works great. Legs bend, whatnot. What you'd expect from a little Headmaster. We're going to stick him aside for the... Oh, by the way, I wanted to point out. He could sit in here like it's a big old bathtub. Just like the other guy could. Yeah. His, this little boss down here on his foot doesn't seem to tab in anywhere like it did. They had a pretty extensive tabbing system in the Hasbro stuff. It doesn't seem to be as prevalent in here, but oh well. What can I say? It's a knockoff. Alright, so to get this guy transformed, I wanted to point out, got a piece of die cast right here. They mainly added that in so that they could advertise on the package that it includes die cast, because it doesn't add any weight to it, and it doesn't add any structure to it, and it doesn't do anything super amazing. But they can definitely not be lying when they say, look, it's made with die-cast construction. Alright, so they get this guy transformed up. First thing you're going to do is take his wolf head and go like this. He is partially in his Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess transformation. Ow! Oh, hey, nice little transparent teeth going on. Look even better on this than it did on the Hasbro version. Anyhow, then you take this, you slide this up, and it comes out on this double hinge here, and then you're going to kind of chunk it back into place like so. This will come down and clip in. You're going to take his hand, and you're going to open up this panel right... Oh, shit. You didn't see that? You're going to open up this panel right here and throw that in there like that. Close this, take this, rotate it. Now he's got a foot, a doggy foot. He's got a doggy foot, not a robot hand. We're going to do the same for the other one. Hopefully no surprise. Panel. Come on. Come on. Jeez. Oh. Okay, alright. Yeah, super easy guy. Son of a... So I'm going to throw a positive spin on this and say, because that panel has really good tolerances and holds so tight, it's not all loosey-goosey, that's why that kind of yanked off. Yeah. So then this guy here, we're just going to take this, flip that foot in, flip this foot all the way around, and then this panel is going to come up like that. And kind of get hidden right there. And then you've got a doggy leg. And we're going to do the same for the other side. Flip that in, turn this around. You didn't see that? Put this up and over and in and around. And now he's going full on doggy style. It's alright. I can say whatever I want. YouTube can't demonetize me. They haven't monetized me to begin with. Then you take this tail and you stick it right here in this little slot. And you take his gun and you can stick it. Actually, before we do that, we're going to open up this little cockpit area, which has got a windshield. See, I always figure that the guy goes in here. Hey, it's a face. I should take a picture and add it for my Facebook on YouTube, on Facebook. Yeah, my Facebook, my book of faces on Facebook. Anyhow, I thought it funny that he's got a windshield when I would think that like he'd have some sort of like controls or display that would be like, this is what the wolf sees. Anyhow, so you put that, you open that up, and once again, just like on Hasbro's Wolfwire, he's just got so much space in there. You can fit like snacks in there. You know? It's like 5, 6, 7. It's like 7 gummy bears. It's like 7 gummy bears. That's a decent snack right there that you can fit inside Wolfwire. And then you can put this gun on top. And if you had another guy that was the same size, you could have him sitting in the bathtub up there. And it'd be great. It'd be great. They could be hanging out. And like this guy on top is in the jacuzzi. This guy here has got the gummy bears. And like everybody's happy. And then you got like this like doggy thing going on. So in terms of articulation for the doggy mode, his mouth opens up, shows all these nice transparent teeth, which is looking great. A little bit of wiggle side to side. This joint is basically the same as before, same as before, same as before. Ball joint at the doggy foot. That's great. Hips are going to be basically the same as before. He's got more joints in his leg, so he can be more doggy-fied. Ankle is basically the same as before. And whatnot. There is some conflict here of how this wants to navigate around the extreme angles around his leg, but you gotta make do with it. That's how it was for Wolfwire. That's how it is for Wolfman. So yeah, he's a good doggy, a good boy. He's a good representation of Wolfwire. If you missed out on Wolfwire, maybe you want to pick one of these up. If you had a Wolfwire and his panel freaking snapped, maybe you want to pick one of these up. Maybe you just like big figures and you want to pick one of these up. That's the story of the guy who got this. He left it behind at my house after he came to visit. I think he forgot. And so I'm just reviewing it, because why not? All right, everybody. Thanks for watching. You guys are fantastic. Stay awesome and be good to each other. See ya. Bye. Very well, because they're too squishy. But I want to say that this is about 20 millimeters or just under 0.8 of an inch. So that's how big that gummy bear is. Yeah. Still tasty, though.